Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. GCOM's new online tool lets you instantly find your polling station. President Ali unveils plans for a modern waterfront market in New Amsterdam. With all written filings complete, the ICJ can now move to oral hearings in the Guyana-Venezuela border case. And Guyanese singer Jammo, who appeared on The Voice, will be on show this Friday at the Black Magenta Club. Elections are in 18 days. Do you know where you will cast your ballot? The Guyana Elections Commission has launched a new online search tool to help voters quickly find their assigned polling stations. Accessible on GCOM's official website, the tool works on any phone or computer with internet access. You can search by entering your national ID number or by providing your name and date of birth. Either way, your polling station details will appear instantly. GCOM is urging all eligible voters to check this information now to avoid confusion on Election Day. You can also call 225-0277 or 9 or 223-9650 to find out where to vote. Officials stress that knowing your polling station ahead of time will ensure a smooth voting process and help you cast your ballot without delay. For decades, the New Amsterdam Market has been the town's commercial heartbeat, bustling with vendors and shoppers. But over time, it's fallen behind modern needs, and calls for change have been growing. On Monday night, President Dr. Irfan Ali told thousands of residents it's time to give the market a new lease on life, unveiling plans for a state-of-the-art waterfront facility. President Ali assured the gathering that a PBC victory in the upcoming elections would fast-track the project.
My friends, do not give the naysayers victory by not giving the PPP Civic your vote. The naysayers are of the belief that regardless of what they do, they have New Amsterdam locked. We have unlocked that outdated padlock and we are throwing it away and we are opening the gates of freedom with your vote.
Vowing to take the bull by the horns, he promised a cleaner, more vibrant market for every resident and business owner.
We are breaking free and building back that market in modern waterfront, giving you, the people of New Amsterdam, what you want. And if they think they will use the council this time to stop us, you're electing a government that will stop them from stopping development.
He urged all residents to seize the moment on September 1st and vote for progress. If elected, a Partnership for National Unity, APNU, plans to downsize the sugar industry while ensuring workers find employment in other parts of the economy. This is according to presidential candidate Orby Norton, speaking during a radio interview on Ghana Light FM. Revitalizing the Ghana Sugar Corporation has long been a challenge. Previous governments, including the former APNU AFC administration, downsized the industry to cut losses, a move criticized for failing to provide alternative jobs to displaced workers. Norton said the APNU will keep the industry lean, but will not neglect the workers.
The sugar industry, we have to, like we say, keep it downsized, but we have to find alternative employment for workers in the sugar industry. We intend to focus significantly on home construction, and we believe not only in the sugar industry, but in other industries, we can take people from that sector, train them, and ensure that they're in the construction field and other fields that can help Guyana.
He emphasized the party's plan to make the sugar industry the right size, ensuring it remains viable and not a drain on the treasury. Both APNU and PPP governments have invested billions into sugar, but challenges remain. Gaisuco CEO Paul Chung recently noted a decline in harvesters over the past 5 years, with younger workers seeking more lucrative opportunities elsewhere, a trend affecting productivity. In more election news, presidential candidate for the We Invest in Nationhood Win Party, Azrin Mohammed, has denied claims that he frequently visited the Venezuelan embassy or applied for a visa to travel to the neighboring country. The government raised concerns yesterday, saying it received information that Mohammed, sanctioned by the U.S. for financial improprieties and accused of ties to the Maduro administration, had applied for a Venezuelan visa. Mohammed has challenged the government to provide evidence. Ghana is currently before the International Court of Justice over Venezuela's claim to the Essequibo region. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yu Todd said the government is concerned Venezuela may use any means, including non-state actors, to threaten Ghana's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
We see that as as a move that connects what the congressmen in the United States have been saying with the action of the Mohammeds here more recently in Georgetown. So I had summoned the ambassador to a meeting,
The Venezuelan
ambassador, and he confirmed that the Mohammeds visited the embassy to apply for visas to go to Venezuela, specifically Caracas. So that is of concern to us, because we can see, or we can follow that a pattern now that has been evolving, and I think that is a concern to us as a people and as a nation, because that can pose a threat to our sovereignty, particularly this particular moment that we have our regional and national elections, and we know that we've seen previously that you can have foreign interference.
Todd added attempts to influence upcoming elections cannot be ruled out. He said that if the Mohammeds are indeed close to Maduro, it could threaten Ghana's sovereignty and its relationships with the U.S. and other partners. Azzuddin and his father Nazar Shell Mohammed were sanctioned by the U.S. Office of Foreign Assets Control for gold smuggling, tax evasion, and corruption. Vice President Barajaglio recently explained that the OFAC sanctions on the Mohammeds are more severe than those on Chinese companies.
U.S. individuals and companies can invest in securities in these companies, but they're functioning worldwide, including in many countries in Europe and developed countries of the world. His sanctions came under those reserved for people who do drug trafficking, money laundering, gold smuggling, corruption, etc. He sanctioned under that rubric with a serious set of consequences which are spelled out in the sanction document published in June of 2024.
Azri Mohammed called the allegations a smear campaign and accused Venezuelan ambassador Carlos Amador Perez Silva of misleading the public about their embassy visits. When returned, the ICJ moves to oral hearings in the Ghana-Venezuela border case. CANU boosts security for its director amid threats, and a motorcyclist tragically killed by a stray pig.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. The International Court of Justice now has all written filings in the Ghana-Venezuela border case. This is according to Foreign Affairs Minister Yu Todd, who welcomed the filing of a rejoinder by Venezuela. It is a response to Ghana's reply filed in December 2024 and constitutes the final written pleading in the case. The next step is oral hearings, followed by deliberations and a final judgment. Todd says ICJ now has all factual and legal arguments from both sides to issue an authoritative decision.
So this completes the filings, the stage for all of the filings of all of the arguments. Now, what this will do now is allow for, well, there's a recess because it's August.
Yes.
The court will then deliberate on the submissions. Then we'll have the arguments, and the court will then proceed to look at the facts of the case, and you will have a final judgment that is authoritative and cannot be contested.
Todd noted that despite decades of Venezuela's spurious claims to Ghana's territory, the country has always followed the letter and spirit of the 1966 Geneva Agreement, which sought to resolve the territorial controversy between Venezuela and then British Guyana. He said that Ghana has exhausted over the years every possible option within the Geneva Agreement. The minister maintained that there is no doubt that the 1899 arbitral award is final, perfect, and complete settlement of the borders between Guyana and Venezuela.
So everything was clearly defined. Venezuela was very happy with the award of the 1899 arbitral award. They were very happy with what they got out of it. They went to their Congress. It was well promoted. So they have enjoyed the award for 62 years before in 1962 when the spurious claim came about, and they've never been able to show any credible evidence to show that this award was invalid.
The case currently before the ICJ seeks to bring a definitive end to Venezuela's claims over Guyana's territory. The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, CANU, has increased security for its director, James Singh, and all personnel after receiving credible intelligence of a threat to his life. The agency says it is working closely with local and international law enforcement to monitor and address any potential risk. CANU described the threat as an attempt to intimidate the agency and disrupts its fight against narcotics trafficking in Guyana and the wider region. Recent CANU-led operations have dismantled major drug networks across South America and the Caribbean, seizing large quantities of narcotics and dealing significant blows to organized crime groups. The agency said these successes have drawn hostility from criminals, but vowed to continue operations with professionalism, in coordination with the Guyana Police Force, Defense Force, Revenue Authority, and regional and international partners. CANU is also calling on the public to report any credible information about the threat, stressing that cooperation is essential to safeguard national security. The agency pledged that anyone seeking to harm its personnel or destabilize the country will be brought to justice. In Berbice, Janet Naidu, 49, is appealing to authorities to remove stray animals from the road after the tragic death of her husband, Daniel Gandelal, 28, yesterday. Gandelal was riding his motorcycle on the Allness Public Road Quarantine when a pig suddenly ran across his path. He lost control, fell onto the road, and sustained fatal head injuries. He was returning home to Clifton Quarantine after visiting his brother in Blackbush Polder.
He said he coming there right now. And to know me, they're still wait for you. And next you know, my daughter called me and tell me that she heard that he get accident on the Allness Public Road. And by the time them people rush you to the hospital and then somebody come home and collect me, when I go there, he was like breathing on his last breath.
Naidu described her husband as a quiet, loving man who was adored by everyone in their community. She also made a heartfelt plea for action to remove stray animals from public roads.
I think they should keep the animal them off the road because it's causing a lot of accidents. And these people I'm not hearing because the same thing people pass this morning and see they get more pig on the road still.
Whether by car or bus, people get too much animal on
them
the road.
Still get animal on the road. Although the big accident happened yesterday. These people, I don't know, you got to do something about them.
Gandelal was pronounced dead at the Port Morant Hospital. A post-mortem is expected to determine the extent of his injuries. Moving to Region 3, Ghana's first ever 24-hour day and night care and early childhood development center is providing much-needed support for working families. The $93.8 million state-of-the-art facility in Anna Katerina was recently commissioned by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali and Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vindya Prasad. Residents, parents, and caregivers have welcomed the new center. Anna Katerina caregiver Wendy Miller said the center is easing the burden on working parents, in addition to providing employment.
A facility like this would not only benefit myself as a caregiver, but it would also benefit parents. For those parents that is working in the evening and they're in need of a childcare facility to house their children where they can feel comfortable.
Similar sentiments were also echoed by Lenora resident Amir, who knew that it is very difficult for working parents and guardians to find a safe place for children, and the center will fill the void.
A facility like this is a very good addition to Region 3 because right now we have a lot of working parents, especially single mothers, single fathers who are working, and it's very difficult to work. As a single parent, it's very difficult to work and to find a place or someone to take care of your child while you're at work. So this is a very good initiative.
Operated by the Ministry's Child Care and Protection Agency, The center provides free, high-quality care for children from birth to 3 years and 9 months and accommodates older children up to 12 in the evenings. President Ali highlighted the center's role in poverty reduction, emphasizing that it allows women who stay home to care for children to pursue employment and economic opportunities. Staffed by qualified early childhood practitioners, the center offers a safe, nurturing, and stimulating environment day and night. Officials say it is the first of several such facilities planned to meet the evolving needs of Guyanese families. Education in Region 2 received a boost yesterday with the commissioning of the Tapakuma Lake Nursery School, a modern $25.3 million facility serving 17 children from the remote community. Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan said Ghana is close to achieving universal nursery education, following the country's success in reaching universal primary education in the 2000s. In just 3.5 years, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the government has built 67 nursery schools nationwide, compared to only 400 previously. Highlighting investments in education, Manik-Chan said 9,000 teachers have been trained in the past 3 years, increasing the proportion of trained teachers in the hinterland from 49% to 86%. She also cited the construction of 42 new secondary schools, including 24 in hinterland regions, to ensure equal access to quality education. The government has also supported parents with initiatives like the Because We Care cash grant, free textbooks, uniforms, and hot meals. Regional Chairperson Vilma De Silva said 30 new schools, including 4 nurseries, have been built in Region 2 since 2020. Local leaders described the Tapakuman Lake Nursery School as a milestone for the community and a gateway to new opportunities for its children. When we come back, Jammo headlines a live music show this Friday. The West Indies end a 34-year ODI drought against Pakistan, and a 10-year-old chess prodigy makes history.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Ignite News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Singer-songwriter Jammo is set to headline Friday night with Jammo. Known for his appearance on The Voice, the Guyanese artiste will perform this Friday at the Black Magenta Club on Camp Street. The event will also feature Abel Stokes, Amor Garola, and the Daps Band, promising a mix of live vocals, violin, and full band performances. Jammo says his journey into music began in his childhood, surrounded by family and community influences.
My community was solely family. You know, it wasn't really friends and stuff like that. And my parents, they're friends with my friends, so I didn't have kid friends growing up, so it was just adults. The only kid friends like my age that I had were my cousins, and we always did music, song, dance, and everything under the sun you can think about at that age. But I wanted more for myself, so I decided to pick up a guitar at 14, and then I went from there.
His first ever performance was at his church, where encouragement from his godfather helped him merge singing and guitar playing. Jammo says his experience on The Voice was both nerve-wracking and rewarding, especially working under the mentorship of John Legend.
Working with and meeting John was phenomenal. I mean, we don't get much interactions together, but I got to meet his mom, I got to meet his kid, and he's a family guy. He's a nice guy. So getting advice from him and coaching from him felt like this is what I worked for.
With Ed Sheeran as one of his biggest musical influences, Jammo has been steadily building his career, balancing performances, recording projects, and school. He says fans can expect something truly special this Friday night.
Expect great music, come out to listen, be inspired a little bit, feel some sort of emotion, you know what I mean, and come out for quality.
The show starts at 8 p.m. at the Georgetown Club, with tickets available at the Milk and Honey Cafe, the Black Magenta, and Premium Cuts Barbershop. In sports, the West Indies have ended a 34-year ODI drought against Pakistan with a commanding 202-run win in Trinidad, clinching the 3-match series 2-1. Skipper Shea Hope led the charge with an unbeaten 120, helping the home side reach 294 for 6 at Brian Lara Stadium. Justin Greaves chipped in with 43 not out, combining with hope for some late hitting to set a challenging total. Pakistan's response never got going. Jaden Seals ran through the visitors' top order, leaving them reeling at 23 for 4, and finished with 6 wickets for just 18 runs, recording the third best figures in West Indies ODI history. The victory marked the 4th largest win by runs for the West Indies in ODIs, giving the side a boost as they aim to qualify for the 2027 World Cup after missing out in India 2023. Hope praised the team's performance, saying, "We had a complete game, and I'm extremely proud. So many positives to shout about." Seals, the player of the series with 10 wickets, was singled out for his exceptional all-round bowling. 10-year-old Badana Sivanandan from Harrow, northwest London, has become the youngest person ever to earn the Women International Master or WIM chess title. Earlier this month, she also became the youngest female player to defeat a chess grandmaster, beating 60-year-old grandmaster Peter Wells in the final round at the 2025 British Chess Championship in Liverpool. At just 10 years, 5 months, and 3 days, Badana broke the previous record set in 2019 by American Carissa Yip. In 2024, she became the youngest person to represent England internationally in any sport when she joined England's women's team at the Chess Olympiad in Hungary. Her father, Siva, said neither he nor his wife, both engineering graduates, played chess well, and that Badana's talent emerged unexpectedly. The WIM title is the second highest available exclusively to women, just below Women Grandmaster, while the Grandmaster title is the highest in chess and held for life. Badana first learned chess during the COVID-19 pandemic. She says the game makes her feel good and also helps with lots of other things like maths, how to calculate. Her rapid rise has earned admiration from the global chess community. Still ahead, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesar gives Caribbean Airlines a 2-year ultimatum. The U.S. offers a $5 million reward for Haiti gang boss barbecue, and E3 says they will reinstate sanctions on Iran. Welcome back. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has set a 2-year deadline for Caribbean Airlines to fix its financial losses, warning that new management could be brought in. Kamala Prasad Bisesar has given Caribbean Airlines 2 years to fix what she calls a mess or face new management.
I am giving the management of Caribbean Airlines 2 years, max. They have to sort out the mess. Otherwise, everyone there will have to look for a new job.
Speaking at the UNC's Monday night report in Cova, she accused the airline's leadership of incompetence, pointing to $60 million spent on audits despite having its own finance team, failing to submit audited statements, and operating loss-making routes. On their 2023 to 2027 plan approved by the previous government, CAL expanded to Puerto Rico, Martinique, Guadeloupe, and Tortola, carrying over 2 million passengers in both 2023 and 2024. But Prasad Bisesar says none of the airline's routes are profitable, citing U.S. data showing some flights to Fort Lauderdale fill just 10% of seats.
Not one route is profitable. Yet plane filling up every day, going and coming. Not one single route of Caribbean Airlines is bringing a profit. But we are spending millions of dollars.
The airline's finances have swung sharply. After a U.S. $48 million loss in 2021, CAL posted a U.S. $24 million profit in 2023. But that fell by half in 2024. In international news, the United States is offering a $5 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier, Haiti's most powerful gang leader, now facing U.S. criminal charges. Federal prosecutors say Cherizier, a North Carolina resident, Basil Richardson, solicited funds from the Haitian diaspora to pay gang members and buy firearms in violation of U.S. sanctions. Richardson, a naturalized U.S. citizen, was arrested in Texas last month.
He is indicted for sending money to Cherizier, sending money from the Haitian diaspora in the United States to Cherizier, and knowing that Cherizier was sanctioned under that 2020 Magnitsky Act.
Cherizier, a former police officer, leads the Viv Ansam Gang Alliance, designated a foreign terrorist organization, and accused of massacres, kidnappings, rapes, and blocking aid routes. He's also suspected of helping carry out the 2018 Laissez Line massacre, which left 71 dead and hundreds homeless.
Anyone who is giving money to Cherizier, also known as Barbecue because of his violent acts in his home country, cannot say, I didn't know that he was sanctioned by the U.S. government. They will be prosecuted, and we will fine them because they are supporting an individual who is committing human rights abuses, and we will not look the other way.
Cherizier has responded to the announcement denying any collaboration with Richardson.
If the FBI wants me, I'm here. I'm willing to collaborate with them on one condition. There can be no lies told. Basil Richardson, a.k.a. Fredo, is innocent. He has never sent any money to me to finance anything in Haiti. Stop with all those lies and we can collaborate.
Despite UN-backed security efforts, gangs still control most of Port-au-Prince, worsening Haiti's humanitarian crisis, with more than half the population facing acute food shortages. Finally this evening, the UK, France, and Germany have warned the United Nations they are ready to reimpose sanctions on Iran if the country fails to resume nuclear negotiations by the end of August. Known as the E3, the three nations say they could trigger a snapback mechanism, reinstating previous sanctions unless Iran engages in talks. The warning follows initial discussions between E3 delegations and Iranian diplomats last month in Istanbul. The foreign ministers emphasized that their offer to extend the negotiation deadline had gone unanswered by Iran. Iranian lawmakers have threatened to withdraw from the 2015 nuclear deal if new sanctions are applied, escalating tensions further. The E3 stressed their commitment to preventing Iran from developing a nuclear weapon, using all diplomatic tools available. Iran maintained its right to civilian nuclear program and has previously demanded sanctions be lifted before resuming talks. Recent reports indicate Iran has enriched uranium close to weapons-grade levels and suspended cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency amid rising regional tensions. As the October expiration of the 2015 nuclear deal approaches, the international community watches closely, with the E3 signaling a firm stance to avoid nuclear escalation. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nekram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.